Hi, my name is Azure. Welcome to the channel. Here you will find answers to questions you may have been wondering about, and oftentimes I will channel my guides to give the answers that come with the knowledge of the universal consciousness. Today we're going to talk about, can anyone access the Akashic Records? It's something that I'm asked a lot, and the answer is yes. And so what does that mean, and what do you need to know? So just like anyone can access their intuition or communicate with their guides or universal consciousness, we all have the capability to access the Akashic Records as well. And so things that you may need to know. First, there is typically a sacred prayer. I call it a sacred prayer. It could be, you could call it just kind of like an opening or some sort of access prayer that gets you into the records. And so different teachers have different prayers, and really what that does is it sets the intention and it opens the container, and it opens the telephone line, if you will. And what I found for myself when I was first learning is that because I am so cerebral, what using the Akashic Records did for me, and especially with the sacred prayer, is that it was like almost like a door that I was opening. And so it did a couple of things. For me, it provided a container where I knew, okay, when I say this prayer, I'm opening the door, I'm getting the information, and then I can close the door. And so part of it was that I was a little bit nervous of having the information all the time coming into my awareness. And so this gave me the on and off switch, if you will. The second thing is that when you have this sacred prayer that you use to get into the records, it kind of does something to for me anyway, it's a time where I can surrender to what is coming through, set my ego and my thoughts aside, and just allow what comes through to come through. And so for me, being so cerebral, it was a really good way. And I think the reason that I resonated so much with the Akashic Records is because it really it was like a system, right? And that system for me made it feel like I was giving the most pure information possible, and that was important to me. And so, yes, anyone can access their own Akashic Records. You would need to have access to a sacred prayer in order to do so, or that would be the easiest way. And once you are in your own Akashic Records, and you can also access other people's with permission, of course. Once you're in the Akashic Records, the skill comes in deciphering the messages that are coming through. And so that's where practice comes into play. And it is often hard to start with yourself because you're so connected to yourself. You're so vested in your own answers and everything like that. And so starting with yourself is really usually tough because it's hard to know what are your thoughts and what is actually coming through. But the practice and the skill comes in to receiving the messages, to receiving the visuals, or the hearing what is coming through, or knowing what is coming through, and being able to deliver that in an accurate way. And so that's the part that takes practice. So yes, anyone can access the records, but where it takes practice is deciphering and delivering a message that is cohesive and that is aligned with the message coming through, if that makes sense. So I hope this helps. If anybody would like to learn how to use the Akashic Records, please reach out. I have some people that I refer to, and also I can potentially help as well. So I hope you have a great day. Take care.